Alright, welcome to Design Thinking MPU3253. This is the continuation of the recording session that we had earlier. The problem is right after we're done with your small group session, where I divided you guys into 5 different classmates or 5 different groups where you have to talk, which none of you guys talk, I'm sorry, which you guys were too shy to even talk, but apparently right after that the recording stopped, so I had to record again the remaining ones so that your friends who were not or who were absent during our session just now would be able to learn as well. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to where I left from the previous session, from the previous recording. Right now, I want everybody in the group to start thinking about some problems. Now, these problems could be very, very tiny, could be just some simple problem that you face in daily life. It could be some little problems, like maybe when you observe, there's certain problems when you have to, when you go to work, and then you have to, punch in and punch out, so you observe some problems and you feel like rather than having the conventional, the usual way of doing this, maybe you want to create something better that can improve the user experience of people who are working in your company. It could be something very trivial, it could be something very simple, anything that you can think of now. Okay, so I want you guys to start thinking about what kind of problem is there out there. It could be something very easy, it could be something beyond that, anything, and think about why is it a problem. This is very, very crucial. Some people, they are facing the problem simply because they're the only one who has the problem. Okay, but think about a bigger problem that you want to tackle that can help to overcome or help the society as a whole. I also want you guys to think about what could be some of the possible ways that you can improve in order for you not to have the problem again. Alright, so as I mentioned just now, I want everybody to think about your problem, and your problem, this is one of the brainstorming processes that I want you guys to use. If you don't know what kind of a problem that you have, you can start thinking from the point of view of this SDG, or Sustainable Developmental Goals. What SDG mainly has is that it summarizes different categories, different domains that we want to achieve or we want to tackle in today's world. So we have 17 in total. We have no poverty, we have zero hunger, we have good health and well-being, we have quality education, we have gender equality, we have reduced inequalities, we have life on land, and we even have partnership for goals. So your problems could be STEM or could be in a form of these. But please be minded that sometimes one problem can be resulted or can be associated with more than one SDG. So your problem can have or can relate to no poverty and also quality education. Sometimes it could be more than one. And in design thinking point of view, I want you guys to be thinking or associating your problems with more than one SDG. Why? Because if you have more SDG, it means that your solution can tackle or can improve in a lot more domains. So you're contributing to more things. Okay? So you can use this as part of your brainstorming process. Not only that, in your design thinking course, in this design thinking course, we really stress on SDG. Hence, we're going to go back and ask you guys again, probably during your pitching session, your problem can be associated with which type of SDG. So that is one of the famous questions that a lot of people often ask in the pitching session itself. Okay, so please associate your problem and solutions back to one of these 17 SDGs. It could be more than one as well. Okay, right. So your solutions has to be based on our theme for this semester. And our theme for this semester is social business. So I ask you guys to think about social business, or do this as your homework, because social business is really not a very hard philosophy or hard theory for you to grasp. It's quite relatively easy. So let me talk about social businesses. So social businesses are designed to use the business or market mechanism to solve social problems. So how does it work? So it was firstly introduced by Professor Muhammad Yunus. He was one of the Nobel Prize winner, and what he basically did is that he designed a business model that can help people based on what they need in daily basis. So what he actually did was he introduced microloans for small business owners to start a business. So basically he loaned some money to small companies or small entrepreneurs to help them to start up their business. Now please remember, this is also a business. So what he did with his idea is that he also was based on a business. Hence, it's a loan. It's not for free. This is not a charity. So you have to remember. So what he did is that he started up the Grameen Bank in Bangladesh. Sorry, there's a bit of a typo going on there. So he started this Grameen Bank in Bangladesh so that the community, so that people can have more businesses and they can help to improve their life better. Okay, so this is what Professor Muhammad Yunus did. So remember, when it comes to social businesses, you also need to make sure that it's sustainable in a way that you are gaining profit as well. You are not doing a charity, you are doing a business. Okay. Another famous social business figure would be Jack Ma. But Jack Ma, initially, he did not intended to do Alibaba as something that is, social business domain. But once he decided, or once he has, seen that Alibaba has a bit of a popularity, hence Jack Ma has started to, gain awareness, and he has started to give more focus on more environmental costs, in particular on the subject of shark fishing industry. So what he did was very simple. In his business of Alibaba, the online company, he has sworn and he has made pledges that he will end the consumption of shark fin dishes. And not only that, he also would ban the selling of shark-based products in Alibaba itself. So sometimes it could be very subtle, sometimes it could be just very straightforward. So what he did was very good, because he had the awareness to start this kind of industry. So when you talk about social businesses, so you need to think about these three questions. Okay, when you want to think about what could be the best solution to your problem, you have to think about these three things. The first one is the need of the people. When we talk about the needs of the people, it's associated with this word desirability. So you need to make sure your problems, your solution is based on what people want. Secondly, is this feasibility. So when we talk about feasibility, we're looking into how much the solution is being able to be done in the market itself. So we want to look into the practicality. Do we have enough technology? Do we have enough manpower to do the solution itself? By looking at the current technology that we have. Lastly is the viability. Now viability is something that I've talked about. It's talking about sustainability. We're looking at whether or not in the business point of view we are able to survive as a business. Okay, so this is also important because we're not doing a charity, we're doing a business. We need to make sure that we gain enough profit so that we can sustain in the longer run. Alright? Okay, I want to tell you guys an example of a social business idea that one of my diploma students one of the groups, they did this for their public speaking course. Okay, so what they did is that they see food wastage as a problem. They look into, you know, big restaurants like McDonald's, KFC. They often produce, or they often contribute to a lot of food wastage, simply because they have to they are not able to contain all of the food that is overly cooked. And if they have more than what is at the end of the day, every day, if they have finished with their business, if there are leftovers of food, they have to discard it, they have to throw it away. So my students see this as a problem into the community. They feel like it's such a waste to, you know, just simply throw away some food. Okay, what they did is that they had this idea of creating pet food from this food wastage. So obviously not all kinds of food are able to become this cat food. So they have done a bit of a research, but it was just a very simple research into what kind of food or what kind of ingredients that you need to make cat food. So from that, they are aiming to help organization for stray animals like stray cats and also stray dogs. So in Nilai, in particular in T Nilai campus, we see stray animal as a problem. So a lot of times what they did with the stray animals, they would catch these stray animals and then they would kill it. So that is not, they see this as a problem, and they want to overcome this by relating back to the food wastage problem. So it's very nice. They are using the profit that they will get by selling the food, the cat food or the dog food, to provide a shelter for these stray animal, which is awesome. Okay, what I like about this social business idea as well is that the cost that they make to do this idea, the social business idea, is very low. Hence, this makes it more viability when it comes to the sustainability itself as well. There's a lot more that they can produce and they can get more profit in it. Okay, so when you think about your idea, please make sure that you consider these three things. Okay, desirability, feasibility, and also viability. Okay, right. So I want you guys to start thinking about your problems in your respective small groups of WhatsApp group. I want you guys to be talking about, individually, try to brainstorm some ideas. What could be some potential problems that you face in daily life? Now, I want to stress again, when it comes to design thinking, always think about the problems first. Do not go and have a solution. Think about one thing that you want to create. That is wrong. Okay? In design thinking, you need a core problem. After that, only we're going to think about what could be some potential solutions that you want to do to overcome those problems. Okay? So start thinking about your problems. I also want everybody or each group, now you guys, I ask you in your WhatsApp group, I ask you guys if I have correctly enrolled you guys in your respective groups. So make sure that you are enrolled in a group. If you are not yet enrolled to any groups, please make sure that you contact me via email or even in WhatsApp group and tell me that you don't have a group that you have been enrolled. Okay, so in your Blackboard, I want you to create 7 pages of group wiki. Okay, so for each page, you have this title. Okay, page 1, our group. Page 2, discover. Page 3, define and develop. Page 4, business model canvas. Page 5, deliver. Page 6, iterate. And page 7 is the group members' contribution. Okay, so throughout the 7 weeks that we have in this semester, we're gonna jump from one page to another, and we will try to accomplish and to finish each pages. Okay, overall everything is contributing to 40% of your marks for design thinking course. All right, so for this week in page 1, you have to have this first page, and then you have to write your name. Give us a bit of your photo. Make sure that you don't attach your photo, rather you insert your photo, so that when it will come out in the wiki page. Okay, not only that, you also need to give us a bit of a self-introduction about yourself. You can talk about where are you based from, if you're working, which company are you from, and what kind of occupation do you do, what's your career, and what could be some of your interests in your life. Now, I'm going to show you how my students from past semesters have been doing. Okay, so here I have this group here. So as you can see, they have 7 different pages, but this 7 page is different. Alright, so what I like about this group is that they have their own picture, obviously. Not only that, they have they try to make it very creative. Okay, so they use different colors, and they were very creative about it. So that's why I like it. The pictures are very clear, and even the self-introduction is very short, but it's also, short and simple, if you can say it. So I want you guys to do something similar. You can be creative. You can do whatever that you want. Okay, so please be creative on doing your wiki pages. Now this is another example as well. This is quite formal. Looking at the pictures, they look very formal, but they're not in real life. Okay, so they have their respective pictures, and they have their name, their student ID. They also have a silhouette of themselves in the library, and they are very the language that they use in the self-introduction is very informal. It's fine. I like it. It's very relaxed, but I accepted it. Okay, so because this is 40%, so please take your time and try to do it very creatively. So I would like to see you guys to be creative in your wiki pages. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate how you can create these pages. Okay, to those people who still do not know or do not know how to work with your group wiki. Right, so this is your blackboard. This is mine. It's quite a lot. So this is March 2020. Yeah, so here you go to your group. Okay, so here you can see this is group 1. Click on group wiki. Very good. This group has done it very good. Well done. So as you can see here, they are doing a bit of an introduction. They made a table, which is awesome, and they have all 7 pages, which is good. Okay, this is something that you have to create. How do you do it? Click on this create wiki page, and then insert the details. Where can you find the details? Have a look at here. Okay, all of these. Okay, alright, so that is how you create wiki pages. Right, so now in page 7, I want you guys to have a table where you can write your name and tell us how you contribute in your group project. So because we are working in a group, some of you guys probably would come to me and say, Miss, this is very unfair. I'm doing most of the work, blah 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 blah, yada yada. So it's very unfortunate when I have to face this kind of circumstances. Therefore, in order to avoid such thing to happen, I want everybody to mention what are their contributions. Now what's lovely about this is that everybody can see it, so your group mates, if they disagree with it, they can simply change it for you. Alright, so one of the scariest thing about one of the scary things about here is that I am able to see this participation. Alright, so because this is last semester, so I can see how much this person, so I can see who did most of the work and everything else. So please make sure that you guys contribute in it, okay? So to avoid any sort of like conflicts or problems, please try to do this and then tell us what you have done. Alright, so again, do not forget your individual task this week is for you to accomplish quiz 1 and also quiz 2. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Make sure that you guys do all of the things that you should be doing, and I also will be giving out an announcement so that you guys are much more clear on what you should be doing. Okay, thank you so much. Take care and have a good day.